My child, my beloved, listen closely and do not let your heart wander even for a moment, because this message is not arriving by accident, it is not random, it is not late, and it is not early. It is arriving at a precise second that I ordained long before your tears ever fell to the ground. I am speaking to you now because you are ready, even if you feel tired, even if you feel unsure, even if you almost scrolled away thinking this was for someone else. No, my beloved, this is for you, for this very moment, for this breath you are breathing right now. I have called your name in the quiet places, and now I am calling your attention. Stay with me. Stay here. Do not turn away. Do not let distraction steal what I am about to release into your life. I know how heavy your heart has been, and I know how long you have waited to hear these words. I see the nights when sleep refused to come, when your mind replayed every wound, every harsh word, every betrayal that cut deeper because it came from those you trusted. I saw you lying awake, staring into darkness, feeling the ache in your chest as questions echoed inside you. Why did they hurt me like this? Why did they get away with it? Why did I try so hard to be kind only to be repaid with cruelty? I saw the tears you wiped away before anyone could notice, the smile you forced so others would not ask questions you were too tired to answer. I saw how you kept showing up, even when your spirit felt bruised, even when your strength felt borrowed, even when your hope felt thin and fragile. I saw the moments when your hands trembled, when your voice cracked in prayer, when you whispered my name not with confidence but with desperation. My beloved, none of that was unseen. None of that was ignored. I know the specific pain you carry, the one you do not talk about because it feels too complicated, too humiliating, too raw. I know the way their words replay in your mind, the way their actions made you question your worth, your value, your discernment. I know how being hurt changed the way you trust, the way you love, the way you guard your heart. I know how you started building walls not because you wanted to, but because you were afraid of being wounded again. I know how you wondered if you were foolish for believing the best in people, for giving chances, for forgiving when it was never deserved. I know how you asked yourself if kindness was a weakness, if faith made you vulnerable, if hope was something dangerous. My child, I know. I have counted every tear. I have heard every unspoken prayer. I have felt every silent scream of your soul. Hear me now, because this is where the truth must settle deeply within you. Nothing has gone unseen. Nothing has slipped past my awareness. There was not a moment when I looked away. Not a second when I was distracted, not a single act of cruelty that escaped my notice. I saw what they did in public, and I saw what they did in secret. I heard what they said to your face, and I heard what they whispered behind your back. I saw the manipulation, the lies, the way they took advantage of your trust and generosity. I saw how they benefited from your loyalty, and then discarded you when it was convenient. I saw the injustice, the imbalance, the unfairness that made you wonder if righteousness even mattered anymore. My beloved, I am not blind, and I am not forgetful. I am a God who sees, a God who remembers, a God who weighs every action and every intention. I know the private moments when you questioned me, when you asked if I was truly near, when you wondered if your prayers were hitting the ceiling and falling back down unanswered. I know the doubts you wrestled with, the frustration that made you silent for days, the weariness that made worship feel heavy instead of joyful. I know how you felt overlooked while others prospered, how you felt delayed while others advanced, how you felt stuck while those who hurt you seemed to move forward without consequence. I know how that confusion threatened to harden your heart, how disappointment whispered lies about my goodness, how exhaustion tempted you to give up believing that justice would ever come. I know, my child. I know all of it. Now listen carefully, because this is where the turning begins, and you must not miss it. This moment is divinely timed, not a coincidence, not a chance encounter. This is an intersection between your pain and my purpose, between your waiting and my movement. What felt like delay was actually protection. What felt like silence was preparation. What felt like rejection was redirection. I held you back because I was shaping you, strengthening you, deepening your roots, so that when I lift you, you will not collapse under the weight of what I am about to give you. I was guarding you from paths that would have wounded you further, from blessings you were not yet ready to carry, from victories that would have crushed you if they arrived too soon. Even now, spiritual doors are opening that you cannot yet see with your natural eyes. Forces you cannot perceive are being dispatched on your behalf. Angels are moving. Paths are being cleared. Resistance is being broken. What was stagnant is beginning to shift. What was bound is beginning to loosen. What was withheld is being released at the appointed time. My child, your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your season is changing even as you listen to my voice. Do not measure my work by what you see on the surface. I am working beneath, within, and beyond what you can imagine. But hear this with urgency, because there is a requirement, and it matters more than you realize. Pay attention. Do not scroll away. Do not let your mind drift. Do not allow skepticism to pull you out of this moment. Stay with me until the end of this message, because what you receive now will shape what unfolds next. Timing is critical. Obedience is critical. Belief is critical. You have waited too long, endured too much, prayed too earnestly to disengage now. This is not the moment to doubt. This is not the moment to hesitate. This is not the moment to shrink back. Stay. Listen, receive. If this is speaking to your heart, type Amen right now as an act of alignment. If you feel this stirring something deep within you, write, I receive this promise in the comments. Let your response be a declaration that you are present, that you are open, that you are willing to trust again, even after disappointment. Do not underestimate the power of your response. Do not dismiss the importance of your attention. Heaven is attentive to what you choose in this moment. Understand this, my beloved. The enemy has not been idle. Fear has whispered lies about your future. Doubt has questioned your worth. Hesitation has kept you standing still when you were meant to move forward. Confusion clouded your discernment. Exhaustion drained your joy. Overthinking paralyzed your steps. The wounds of the past made you cautious, guarded, slow to hope again. The enemy tried to convince you that staying small was safer, that expecting less would protect you from pain, that isolation was wisdom. Others took advantage of your kindness, mistaking your gentleness for weakness, exploiting your patience, assuming you would always endure without consequence. But hear me clearly. Their actions do not define you, and they do not escape accountability. You were not foolish for loving deeply. You were not wrong for trusting sincerely. You were not weak for forgiving. Those qualities were never your downfall. They are evidence of my nature within you. The enemy feared what you carry, feared the light you hold, feared the impact you would have if you remained soft in a hardened world. That is why the attacks intensified. That is why the wounds felt personal. That is why the discouragement came in waves. But I have not allowed any of it to destroy you. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still listening. That alone is proof that the enemy failed. Now hear this promise, and let it settle firmly within your spirit. Those who hurt you will not escape justice. I will handle the vindication. You do not need to seek revenge. You do not need to defend yourself with bitterness. You do not need to expose them or repay evil with evil. I am already moving. Consequences are already unfolding. Truth is already rising. What was hidden will be revealed. What was twisted will be straightened. What was stolen will be restored. Justice is not delayed. It is precise. It arrives exactly when it will accomplish the most good and bring the greatest clarity. Some will face the consequences internally, wrestling with unrest, regret, and emptiness they cannot explain. Some will experience loss, exposure, or the collapse of what they built on deceit. Some will come to a moment of realization where they understand the weight of what they did. You do not need to witness every detail for justice to be complete. Trust me to handle it fully. Trust me to do it rightly. Trust me to do it in a way that protects your heart and honors your future. Release the burden of vengeance. It was never yours to carry. If you believe that I am fighting for you, type "God is my defender" in the comments. Let that declaration remind you that you are not alone in this battle, that you are not forgotten, that you are not powerless. Justice is already in motion, and it does not require your anxiety to sustain it. Now lift your eyes beyond the pain, because there is a purpose unfolding that is larger than what you have endured. You were not wounded without reason. You were not tested without intention. You were not delayed without design. There is a calling on your life, a mission that requires the depth, compassion, and resilience you have gained through suffering. Time is precious. There are people you are meant to reach, hearts you are meant to encourage, truths you are meant to speak. What you have survived equips you to guide others through their own valleys. What you have learned in darkness qualifies you to carry light. Your blessing is not meant to end with you. What I pour into your life is meant to flow through you. Your healing will become a testimony. Your restoration will become a roadmap. Your victory will become an invitation for others to believe again. That is why you must not remain silent. That is why you must not shrink back. That is why you must share what I am doing, even when your voice trembles, even when your confidence feels incomplete. Obedience will unlock doors that effort never could. If you sense that you are called to help others, to encourage, to pray, to share my word, write "I accept my calling" in the comments. Let that be a commitment not to perfection but to willingness. I do not need you flawless. I need you faithful. Stay connected. Return daily. Let my voice anchor you when emotions fluctuate. Support this channel so that more souls can hear what you are hearing now. Share this message with 3 people who need reassurance, who are weary, who are on the verge of giving up. Your obedience in this small act can become a lifeline for someone else. Do not underestimate the reach of what I place in your hands. Now receive this blessing, my beloved. I am restoring what was broken. I am strengthening what was weak. I am clarifying what was confusing. I am bringing peace where there was turmoil. I am surrounding you with favor, wisdom, and protection. You are loved beyond measure. You are chosen with intention. You are held securely, even when you feel unsteady. Walk forward with confidence, not because the path is easy, but because I walk with you. Subscribe, stay close, and keep your heart open. Comment your affirmation, share your faith. I am waiting for your response, and I am already moving on your behalf.